Okay, so ABN Cast has now moved on to the Rosen stand at AIX 2024. All around as the show is breaking up, this is the very last interview of the 3 days, but delighted to welcome Justin Watson, who's the Customer Success Manager at Rosen. Hi, Justin, how are you?
I'm doing great.
Not tired? Ready for a relax, I'm sure.
I think as soon as we're done, all the tiredness will hit me all at once, because it's been an absolutely crazy 3 days.
That's usually how it happens.
Yeah, we've been going non-stop.
Yeah. So we're sat here, and actually we are, maybe you can't tell on the camera, we're surrounded by product.
Yep,
okay?
We absolutely are.
It's actually above us, it's behind us, and then there's a number of screens to my right.
Yes.
It's all about the screen for you guys, okay? So tell us what's been new, what you've been exhibiting this week that's new, that's really been catching people's attention.
Yeah, I'll tell you all about that. It's really not all just about the screens. We have predominantly been display providers in business and VIP aviation for 40 years. Over 40 years actually, we're industry leaders in all of those markets. But understanding for the last 5 years or so, we've really tailored our product line and our new developments to understand that the smart home, the smart car is a highly integrated environment, and the aircraft cabin is no different, especially as connectivity has increased to the aircraft.
Yep.
So we think of ourselves as beyond just displays, and we are very much technology providers.
Yep.
We want to be like Google and Amazon, but obviously smaller and more tuned to aviation, and be able to fill the niche gaps that some of the big suppliers aren't able to fill, and really meet that customer need.
Who doesn't want to be like Google or Amazon? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
What above us is a product. Again, you can't see it, but we've got these screens above us. At the moment, they're showing planets. So the idea for this could be installed in an aircraft to give an amazing sort of experience of being almost flying through the sky. Well, you can put anything on the screens, I guess, but
so this is our 130-inch digital skylight. We actually debuted this at NBAA, the Business Aviation Convention, last October. But we see this application being applicable to business, VIP, and commercial aviation, and everything in between. This particular configuration is 4 65-inch OLEDs curved and tiled together on a carbon composite chassis. The glass panel itself and the electronics driving it are already certified on our line of VIP OLED displays. That's been flying for a couple years now. The only thing that's left to do really is find the right customer that wants their specific configuration and go down that certification path with that particular setup, basically.
So that's to be decided?
Yeah, it's in process, really. We've got a couple that are already defining that, because this is a 100% scalable design. The smallest panel that we can curve is 42 inches, all the way up to 83 inches with a variety of sizes in between. And then an infinite number of configurations from how many tiles you have pieced together, where they're located. We have some designs. We have a handful of design companies that are using the specifications for this, and some of them actually start in the ceiling and go all the way down to the floor and create kind of an observatory effect. That's really cool.
Complete wraparound.
Yep.
And how long would it be, do you think, before you'll see this flying?
Well, like I mentioned, since the majority of the components in this are already certified in flying, we think it's a relatively, of course that's always the important word, because nothing's ever easy in aviation, but we think it's a relatively easy development and certification path, since the majority of this is already certified. So hopefully by this time next year, you and I will be sitting here and we'll be having a different conversation about how many of these are flying, not when. Yes.
On our right, there's a series of screens of gradating sizes upwards. So talk to us about those screens, and what is it about those that is market leading, is different, it's catching people's attention?
Yeah, you said the keyword, which is different. So this is our first time exhibiting at AIX, and we knew coming in that we needed to make a splash, do a few things different, otherwise we were just going to blend in with our competitors. So we had 2 major announcements for this show, and those displays that you mentioned are one of them. Those are our new line of seat back displays, 13, 16, and 22 inches. So we have a size range that basically fits economy, business, and first class products. And those are carbon composite chassis, extremely lightweight. I'll actually bring one over in a moment. You can hold it and feel it. and you'll be blown away.
Right.
They're also powered by Qualcomm processors, the latest and greatest Qualcomm processors that are incredibly powerful, and they offer not only an increase in processing horsepower and capability, they also offer an increase in flexibility and how an IFE system can be developed and what that architecture can look like.
Yeah.
So if it's okay, just pause, or not even pause, but I'm just going to grab this sample for you to hold, and I want to see your reaction. Yeah, so as I mentioned, new for this year, first introduced at AIX 2024, we have our new line of 13, 16, and 22-inch seat back displays. And this is our 13-inch carbon composite chassis powered by Qualcomm, 1.25 pound. And this is actually a modular design. This bottom piece is actually customizable and field replaceable. Okay. So I'm going to hand this to you. It's going to probably blow you away, but that is a functional prototype right there. That weighs,
so weighs nothing.
Weighs next to nothing. Yeah.
So that's like there you go. It's like a sort of I guess it's a game changer because any aircraft, any airline saying we don't want to retrofit this because of weight. That's no longer an argument.
Yeah, so there's two main values with this. One is looking at airlines that already have IFE and saying, hey, we can replace what you currently have and we can save you a lot in increased efficiency. That's something that every airline, every organization within aviation is chasing, is better efficiency, and reducing weight is one of the keys to that, and we can offer that. The other that you and I talked a bit about is looking at airlines that don't have any IFE, maybe because they don't want to incur the weight penalty. And we've had a handful of them stop by this week, and you can see the gears turning when they're slowly realizing that with something like this that we're offering, that weight barrier maybe is non-existent, and they can have IFE even for low cost or short-term flights. With this, they can absolutely have all the same functionality and engagement that some of the other airlines that do have IFE offer.
That obviously can be retrofitted onto any seat. The currently doesn't have a back.
Absolutely. We met with so many companies this week, airlines, OEMs, engineering, MRO, completion companies, and we have a number of ways, a number of approaches that we can take this from what it is now and get it into the aircraft.
So also behind us, at the other end of the scale from the sort of the LCC IFE offering, we've got the upscale business class offering, which is incredible surround sound, curved screen, almost science fiction type experience. So explain that to us.
So Rosen comes from the world of business and VIP aviation, which is the premium luxury experience. And so as airlines are trying to differentiate themselves from each other and offer their own premium experiences, who better than someone like Rosen that comes from that world and has the expertise in that world to offer new solutions. And that's what we have behind us here. We call it the Portal. That stands for Personally Optimized Real-Time Augmented Luxury. And the idea is taking an array of different technologies, all integrated, all with their own level of personalization, to essentially transport the passenger through a portal into somewhere other than a giant metal tube at 35,000 feet for the next 10 hours. We've done a lot of, so there's been a lot of studies already published, and we've done our own studies with universities like the University of Colorado at Boulder, and it's shown pretty conclusively that the more you can engage and distract passengers, the more comfortable the flight is, the shorter it feels, and just the happier and more acclimated they are when they arrive to their destination. And so our Portal demo involves a 42-inch curved IFE display, a 55-inch digital window that's on a mechanical lift. So we envision it for the honeymoon suite in the middle. Passengers that want to have that up and kind of have the experience of a real window, even though they're in the middle, they can have that. There's a 77-inch digital skylight above it, so you've got the clouds going by overhead, clouds going by on the right of you, and then the piece that we're probably most excited about is the patent-pending in-seat audio system. And that's something that's been growing in prominence in this space for a couple of years now. And again, going back to my last point about new to this space, we want to make a splash and we want to do things different. So we took a different approach to in-seat audio as well. We focused on the raw mechanics of sound waves and sound wave propagation, as opposed to layering on digital signal processing and things like that. So what we have is a headrest speaker with 24 speakers. That's a scalable design. It can be whatever to your specification. We can also put those speakers elsewhere throughout the cabin, but the design that we have is 24 headrest speakers, 2 mid-range speakers, and some haptics in the bass that would replace subwoofers.
Yeah.
The important piece is what that passenger experience looks and feels like, and essentially it's an audio bubble. The different speakers all fire at slightly different intervals with slightly different volume levels, and what you get at your ear is a wave stack that creates basically a hot spot. So you hear it the most when you're in between the headrests.
Right.
And past that, the waves actually start to cancel themselves out, and you get a dissipation of sound the further you are.
Yeah. So when you're in it, it's all consuming.
Yes.
And it really is. I've just sat in it.
Yeah.
But outside of it, you hear nothing.
Yep.
It's incredible.
Yep, and there's a lot of opportunity to even add things like active noise cancellation to this.
Yeah.
Again, we can customize and scale the design. We can change the shape of the headrest. We can make it move. Really, whatever the seat supplier or the airline, whoever it is that we're going to be working and integrating with, whatever it is that they want, we can take that technology, that base technology, for this really evolutionary next level audio experience and apply it to the product that they have.
Yeah. And again, same question as we talked about the screens above us. How long before that's flying, and how long before that is being experienced by business class customers?
Yeah, I would say that's a similar timeline. There's less componentry on that that's currently certified in some of our existing offerings.
Right.
But I think because we have such great partnerships with other seat suppliers, and most importantly some world-leading audio suppliers, I think that's something that once we have that partnership and the customer arrangement, and we have clear definition of what we're going to go out and do, I think the actual work to be done shouldn't be terribly challenging, and we should be able to have that up in a year or two.
Yeah. Look, our time's nearly up, but what we can see from this kind of advancement in screens is actually opens potentially a whole new world of content.
Absolutely.
I mean, the screen's nothing without the content's being shown in it, but this is cinema screen quality.
Yeah.
So you can see in the future that this hardware then opens up a much more broader experience and a content that's going to be produced behind the scenes. So I think we look forward to seeing what that brings.
Yeah, as do we.
That's not your job, but someone else will know how to do that.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, look, Justin, it's been exciting to see what you've brought to AXS here for the first time.
Yep.
Good show. Go away happy that you've seen a lot of people. And
absolutely.
Very positive.
The beers are about to start flowing.
They are. They are behind us.
They are indeed.
Okay, look, cheers. Thanks very much. And thanks
so
for
much.
Rosen Aviation.
Appreciate it.
Cheers, man.